Hi, my name is Khadijah, aka Keisha. Thank you for clicking on my channel today. I thought we would just go over some of my favorite books from December. I was gonna go through all of them, but honestly, I really don't feel like it. Some of them weren't that great, and I didn't keep a reading journal before, so like I don't have like full summaries of these books, character names, trope list, trigger list. Like I really don't have any of that. I will in the future. I am starting a book journal where I will like document these things, so I can give you better in-depth reviews, next time. But for now, I don't have it. So we'll just go through what I liked, maybe what I didn't like, and kind of just see where it goes from there. So Dark City Omega by Elizabeth Stevens. I read that first and I gave it 3 stars. It wasn't Omegaverse, but it was kind of weird. It read like high fantasy. The hero was kind of crude. It was just MF, which I've just started getting into Omegaverses that are MF. Usually they're RH, but this was MF. And it was fine at first, but then like the 50% mark, it just started going downhill for me. I just wasn't interested in it. I didn't really like the hero. He was kind of crude and like rude, not in like a nice, cute, hot way. Like, it didn't do anything for me. So I gave that 3 stars because I did end up finishing it, and I will DNF a book real quick if I don't like it. So that's kind of it there. Next I read Wed to the Lick by Layla Fae. I really love this. This is a shorter book. I don't think it's novella, but it's like pretty short, and it was so good. It's arranged marriages. It's part of like a series. What is it? Arranged Monster series, I think it is. And so we have the main heroine. Sorry, I don't know her name, but she has trauma from her past, and she is basically like has an eating disorder. She doesn't like to eat. She doesn't want to, gain weight. So very sensitive topics there. Like, please, check trigger warnings. And then we have Virgil, who is like a skeleton monstrous creature. Basically, you can tell it's dual POV, and like you can tell from his point of view right away. Like he is so excited to like finally have a mate, and everyone is so scared of him because of how he looks, and so he's like afraid that his wife is going to be like terrified of him. And I just loved it. He was so sweet. Also, he like sucks the soul out of creatures. That's how he eats. But he was so sweet, and you can tell it like right when he saw her, he's like, oh, she's mine. Like, that's my wife. We love it. We love to see it. So I really, really love this. As the book goes on, like he helps her kind of heal her eating habits and her body image, and it was just really, really sweet. It was a really sweet one. I gave it 5 stars. I really like it. I love that it wasn't too long. I love books this length. It's just like just enough, so sweet, leaves me wanting a little more, but like not too much, so I really like this one. Next I read Tempted by the Devil by Michelle Hurd. I love this book. I gave it 4.5 stars. This is the first book in her Kings of Mafia series. This one, I gave it 4.5 because basically, and again, I'm sorry, I don't have character names and stuff. But the hero, Angelo is the hero. He is like the Don of like a mafia group. I want to say Cosa Nostra, but I don't know for sure if that's the one. But basically, he's the Don, and they like, she is in possession of her brother. Like, he's her guardian, her stepbrother. And he turned evil after their parents passed away. Basically, he just started being mean to her, abusive to her, all these things. He's not a good person. Basically, he gets in trouble with Angelo, and Angelo, he kind of, manipulates the situation and gets a forced marriage. And so the heroine is forced to marry him, and she's a virgin heroine. I really liked it. I will say I wish she was a little more stubborn and gave a little more fight in the beginning. But you know what? She did grow up in this world. She knew that she was going to have an arranged marriage eventually. Like, she knows what it is. So I think that's why you know, she was kind of more passive on those things, but still, I really, really enjoyed it. So definitely recommend. I'm really excited for the series. And then I read the next one, which is Craving Danger by Michelle Hurd. And this one I did get 5 stars. I really liked it, you know, and what is crazy to me is this book had so many tropes and things that I usually, like, if I heard a book had it, I'd be like, not really for me, you know. But I didn't read what this book was about before going in. I just jumped in because I love Michelle Hurd. And basically, this is an office romance and mistaken identity, and, you know, has an obsessed hero, the healing trope. We have the heroine, Samantha. She works, and her boss is just the worst. She works in an office. Her boss is like CEO. She's the assistant. He's been through like 4 assistants before her, and he's the worst. He's like so mean, so evil, you know. And then basically the boss is actually the Don. And this isn't spoilers, you learn this right away. Or he's not a Don, but he works for the Cosa Nostra. And he he has this club, this like high-end club where like it's very high-end. It costs so much to get a membership, but anything goes in this club. Anything goes. You know, you pay for what you get, like anything goes. So he owns this club, and he's there one night, and he sees Samantha come in. He's like watching security footage, and she comes in. And he's like, what is she doing here? You know, she paid a fee, but all she wants to do is talk to a man. Well, it starts out later, like you kind of find out that like she's been through a lot in her past relationship. Again, a lot of triggers there, so please check them before diving in. But she's been through a lot, and she's just trying to learn how to be around men without being afraid, basically. And so something goes wrong when she goes to the club and to try to talk to someone one time. Something goes wrong, and Angela's like watching. Is his name Angelo? Sorry, I don't think his name's Angelo. I don't know why I said that. But anyways, he's watching the camera, and he sees that this guy is like messing up. He's making her feel very uncomfortable. So he like swoops in, and he's so caring with her and so patient and just there for her. And it was so, so good. So she starts going, you know, to meet up with him, and they wear, to protect their identity, they wear like, what is it called? Like a baklava, I think they call it. And basically it's like a ski mask. Like, so like she doesn't know who he is, but she keeps going back because she just like needs to, she's, you know, getting this connection, and she feels comfortable with this man. And then while she goes to work, you know, her boss is still being mean because he doesn't want her to find out that it's him. And it was just so good. I don't like mistaken identity or like office romance. I'm not really big fans of those, but it was so, so good, you guys. And then, you know what? So she, you know, she's like she's very upset, obviously, when the truth comes out. But it all made sense to me. And the angst of getting there, I was always like, oh my God, is she going to find out? Is she not? Like, it was just really good. So, Craving Danger, the second book in the Kings of Mafia series by Michelle Hurd. Definitely recommend. Okay, let's just get through this because I don't know what else I want to talk about. Oh, duh. Okay, so next I read, I continued on with the Perfectly Imperfect series by Neva Altaj. I read Ruined Secrets. I gave that one 4 stars. In that one, the heroine like pines for the hero since she was small, and then something happens where they have to be in an arranged marriage. It has the amnesia trope. It's an age gap. He's a single father. I am not much for like amnesia too much, but I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. I gave it 4 stars. I also just felt like there was a lot of spicy time. Like, I thought it was a little much for me. Like, I was like, girl, you're kind of wild, you know? Like, she was wild, but that's fine. Again, I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. And then I went to the next one, which was Stolen Touches. And I gave this one 5 stars. Really loved this one. This was Salvatore and Malene. Salvatore is like the Don, I believe, of the Cosa Nostra. I don't know. I call all the mafias the Cosa Nostra. I don't know if that's right, but he's a Don in New York. Basically, everyone thinks he's crazy because he will just kill anyone. He doesn't really have feelings. Like, He's very scary, and everyone's scared of him. So he's the Don in New York. And Malene, she is from the Chicago outfit. And she secretly went to New York because she wants to become a nurse. She doesn't really want to be about the mafia life. Like, she doesn't really want that. She just wants to, you know, be a nurse. So she's going to nursing school at this this hospital. And their meet cute was I thought it was really cool and unique. Like, she runs out of the hospital and he just happens to be there, and he sees her, and she like delivers a baby in the back of a car. And so I just thought that was really cute. I really loved that. After that, he's just kind of gets obsessed with her and starts stalking her, like cameras in her apartment. Like, he is stalking her. He's stalking her for sure. So he kind of gets obsessed with her. He keeps running into her, and she kind of knows that he's stalking her. Like, she kind of knows, but she's like, I'm not really mad about it because this guy is really good looking. And I'm like, yes, queen, yes. So they go on a date and stuff. But then, like, you know, I think they get shot at, and she's kind of like, that's weird, you know, like, why are people shooting at him? Well, in the end, basically, he arranges a marriage because she's not supposed to be in his territory in New York. And it kind of goes from there. Literally, it is so beautiful because he's never felt emotions, and he's just trying to process every single thing that he's feeling for her. And, you know, it's just like he doesn't know how to react. He's like, I need you to call me, like, you know, every hour, every 30 minutes. Like, I need to know you're okay when he's not around. And it was just really sweet. So I really love that one. I gave that 5 stars. And then next I read Fractured Souls. So this one was really good. I gave it 4 stars. I was a little disappointed by it because this is about Asia and Pavel. Pavel is part of the Bratva, and Asia is part of the New York Cosa Nostra from the last book. Basically, this is really dark. Check triggers, first of all, check triggers because it's very dark. She gets kidnapped into the sex trafficking ring. Basically, she is able to get out, and I'm glad we didn't have to endure her in that situation for too long in the book. So, you know, I do like that. But basically, she gets out. Pavel, like, almost hits her with his car when she's, like, getting out, and he just takes her to his place because, you know, he has the Bratva doctor come check on her, and for some reason he just doesn't want to let her go. And so basically this book is about her dealing with her demons and her trauma and him helping her. He also has trauma from his past, like abandonment issues. So it was really sweet. Honestly, this one, I felt a tiny bit bored at some parts. It just, I don't know. I really expected like deep emotions, which I did get from some of it, but it wasn't my favorite for sure. So that's why I gave it 4 stars, but still I would recommend. And of course, you know, check trigger warnings because it was a lot in that book. Next book I read in the series was Burned Dreams. This is that same Perfectly Imperfect series, the next book. I gave this one 3 stars. I don't know why this book didn't really work for me. Honestly, I almost DNF'd it a couple of times, but like I said, I was trying to meet my Goodreads goal and I didn't have much left. I'm like, I'm going to finish it through. But this one is about Alessandro and Ravenna. Now, Alessandro was the bodyguard for Malene from the New York Cosa Nostra. And he gets sent to be a bodyguard for Ravenna, which is also, this is also New York, Cosa Nostra. And basically her husband is like very abusive. He's evil, honestly, like he's evil. And Alessandro has like a hidden agenda. He actually is, you know, he's glad he got assigned to them because he wants to murder both of them for something that happened in the past, that you kind of find out about later. This one just did not work. I don't really like bodyguard romances. I'm coming to find out, like, I just don't really care for them. Maybe if they're done right, maybe it's a certain, you know, like I said, maybe if my favorite authors wrote them, and Neva Altaj is becoming a favorite, but I just didn't really care for this one. I kind of felt bored. I was really annoyed that he couldn't tell that she was being abused. Like, how do you not, you know, like, you've been working in this job for so long. How are you not seeing this sooner? So it was just kind of annoying to me. So yeah, that's And then I will come back to this series because I do want to continue on. The next few books sound really good, but I was just like, after that one, I was like, okay, let's switch it up. Let's go to something else. So I finished a Hermione fanfic, Three Wizards and a Baby. I really love this. So I actually started this in October and I was speeding through it. Because I was loving it. Then my slump came in November and I had like 92%. I was at 92%, but I stopped reading because I could not read in November. It was really bad. So I was like, okay, I might as well just, quickly finish this one because I do want to bind it. Let me know if you guys are interested in like the process of binding books and everything, because I do really want to bind this one. It was a really good one of my favorites. So I do want to do that. But basically this one is about, so this one, it follows canon, like after the war, they win the war, but Draco and Hermione are their character arcs are like not really canon. Like Hermione is like going through things, but she's also friends with all the Slytherin people. Like her and Draco are friends. So this is more of like a friends to lovers at the time. Basically, she goes off the deep end and she comes back with a baby. She has a baby. And Theo takes her in. He's like, you have nowhere to go. They don't know. I mean, she knows. She knows who the baby's father is, but she won't tell anyone. Theo's like, and the baby's father is just not in the picture. Theo's like, you are not going to be out here, you and my niece. No, you guys are going to come live with me at the manor. Like, absolutely not. So it kind of shows Hermione and her baby. They go to Theo's, and eventually it's like everyone moves in, like like we have Draco moving in, obviously Theo lives there, and then we have Paisley, what's her name? Princely, I'm talking about, the girl, the one that used to date Draco, she's there, and then Draco's other friend, and they just build this family unit, and it is so cute. It's like found family, like that's why it's Three Wizards, because all three of the guys are like they're the baby's uncles. Like they say something about her and you die. Like they're not playing with her. It was really sweet. The baby was sweet, like so cute. This one we had single mom Hermione. Draco was very sweet, and it was more of a friends to lovers thing, which I didn't mind. I actually really liked that. So it was just a fluffy Hermione fanfic. This is available on AO3 for free, by Lizzie Carley. And I can leave that linked below too. But yeah, I think I really want to bind that one next. So I kind of took a break from binding in November when I had my reading slump, but I really want to get back into it. So might be seeing some stuff about that next. And then these last two books, honestly, I'm just gonna quick go over these because they were audiobooks I listened to, really just to get my Goodreads goal. I'm not really an audiobook listener when it comes to romance. Thrillers, I can listen to audiobooks. Sometimes historical romance, I can listen to audiobooks, or like, any of those other nonfiction, or is it fiction? You know what I mean? Like the memoirs and stuff, I can listen to audiobooks. But romance, it really just does not work for me. I have to read romance with my eyes, and that is my preferred genre. So I do a lot more reading on my Kindle or physical format rather than audiobook. But I listened to Resting Scrooge Face. I gave that 3 stars. And that is by Meghan Quinn. It was a quick holiday novella. It was epistolary. You guys, I'm sorry, I don't know these words. They wrote letters back and forth, okay? I listened to the audiobook. It was a second chance romance, which is also not my fave, but I thought this one was pretty cute, actually. I thought it was cute. It's exactly what I would want in a holiday novella, so really no complaints there. And the last one I listened to was Same Time Next Year by Tessa Bailey. This was my first Tessa Bailey book. I'm really not a traditional book girly all the time. I want to try some out more. Like I want to try more out, but I really only read indie authors. It was a hockey romance with Britta and Sumner. Marriage of convenience, because he needed to like stay in the country so that he can get drafted for hockey. And she's like a friend. Her brother plays on the same team as him. And honestly, I found it really annoying. She was like too scared to be with him the whole time, and he was so sweet, golden retriever hero. Like, I was just like, girl, come on, what? He's perfect. So I gave that one 2 stars. I wasn't really into that one. But that wraps up December. Please be on the lookout for my 2024 TBR and my January TBR. I think I'll do those next. But yeah, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.